Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostle elders, a great millstone who rule well. And salutations to all you brothers out there pushing this word in love, truth, sincerity, and humility. All right, once again, it's the brother Shati from the Chicago camp coming back to you with what I hope is another quick and edifying sit down. All right, and guess who we got here? Old Mr. Pudding Pop Bill Cosby, guilty on all three counts in indecent assault trial. All right, let's look into this article by Eric Levison and Aaron Cooper of CNN. CNN, it says the jury in Bill Cosby's retrial found the TV icon guilty of all three counts of aggravated indecent assault on Thursday for drugging and sexually assaulting Andrea Constand at his home in a Philadelphia suburb in 2004. Now, I have my own personal thoughts about this as far as when it comes to men who have a whole lot of fame, money, and women. But, you know, that's a whole nother story. But the thing is, here you have a guy, Bill Cosby, who is found guilty of so-called drugging and sexually assaulting a woman. All right. And his case is a very clear example of how it doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter how much money you get, it doesn't matter how much you coon for bad Uncle Esau, you cannot escape the curses. The curses were put on us for a reason. All right. You know what? Let's get that. I think it starts at 15. Okay. Deuteronomy 28 and 15, it says, but it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of Yahweh thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Right. So these curses were put on us for punishment and correction, to get right, to get back to the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. But in this day and age, you know, we got cats like old Mr. Pudding Pop over here who think that, all right, I got a little money and I can jet set. You know, I got women throwing panties at me every single night, and man, I done been around the world doing comedy tours and ghost writing and God knows what else. You know, you think you done made it. You know, the struggle's over with. All right? Let me sit on top and let me tell all the little peons of my nation, this is what you got to do this and do that. All right? Because bad Uncle Esau just showed you how low he can bring you to the ground. All right, we're going to continue reading. It says the 80-year-old comedian faces up to 10 years in prison on each count, but is likely to serve them concurrently. All right, a sentencing hearing has not yet been scheduled, and he remains out on bail. So it's saying here that he's 80 years old, all right, and he could face up to 10 years. I mean, many of you all may say that's not much, but you got to think about it. At 80 years old, 10 years is pretty much like a life sentence. Okay? So all the things that he's done in his life, from touring and from telling jokes and having the Cosby Show and doing Jello pudding pops and making cameos to different commercials and movies and whatever, because he had in the 17 and in not the 17s but the 1970s, he had that little trilogy with Sidney Poitier. I think you had what was it, like Uptown Saturday Night, and uh, it was two other ones he had with Sidney Poitier. But I mean, after all of this, it really don't mean nothing. He could pretty much be going to jail for the rest of his natural life. All right, and that also goes to this. It says, "Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field." Right. So it doesn't matter where you go in this world. All right. There's basically it's saying no matter where you go in this world, whether it's the United States, whether it's Russia or Japan or any city or any town or any province in any of these continents around the world, man, you're going to catch the flux in some way, shape, or fashion. All right? It may come on you in the beginning, it may come on you in the middle, it may come on you in the end, or a little bit throughout your lifetime. It don't matter. The curses are going to be there. Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field. It don't matter where you go, you're going to catch the flux. And right now, Mr. Pudding Pop, Bill Cosby, is catching the flux, because now he has to deal with the fact that he's going to be going to jail for the rest of his natural life. All right, and it says Cosby did not have an audible reaction to his conviction, but erupted shortly afterward. Minutes after the verdict, prosecutors asked the judge to revoke Cosby's bail. They said he is a flight risk and has a private plane. Cosby, who did not testify in the trial and had sat quietly throughout the proceedings, then stood up and yelled in a loud, booming voice, "He doesn't have a plane, you asshole." Judge Stephen O'Neill ruled that Cosby should not leave his Pennsylvania home and that he would need to be fitted with a GPS tracking device. Wow. So now, since they have this guilty verdict on him, man, they throwing the whole shebang at Bill Cosby. All right. And now he's pretty much done. You know, he's not going to be remembered as that funny guy that that was bouncing the little kids off his knee like a rodeo, or sipping pudding on the commercials. No, from this point on, Bill Cosby's going to be known as that molester guy, that sexual assault guy. All right, and that also goes to here. Let me find out where it says proverb and a byword. Just bear with me. Dang, did I already pass it? I'm trying to find the one where it says a proverb and a byword. Yeah, here we go. Deuteronomy 28:37. It says, "And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb and a byword among all the nations, whether the Lord shall send thee. All right. Not only is Bill Cosby called nigger and African American and all this other stuff, but now he has to deal with the reputation of being some type of sexual monster. All right, all because some incident that happened over so many years ago. All right, like I said, that whole Mr. Pudding Pop bouncing kids off your knee like a rodeo, singing Night and Day by Ray Charles, them days are over, man. You're now going to be known as Mr. Pudding Pop, the sexual monster. Okay? And it says the case was first celebrity sexual assault. The case was the first celebrity sexual assault trial since the Me Too movement began last fall, and as such represented a test of how the cultural movement translates into a courtroom arena. What was revealed through this investigation was a man who had spent decades preying on women. Ooh, look at that, preying on women. Like I said, it makes him sound like a sexual monster. Okay? Preying on women that he drugged and sexually assaulted, and a man who evaded this moment right here far too long. Montgomery Court District Attorney Kevin Steele told reporters. He used his celebrity, he used his wealth, he used his network of supporters to help him conceal his crimes. Cosby's attorney, Tom Mesereau, I believe it's Mesereau, it sounds French, Mesereau, said he plans to appeal very strongly. We are very disappointed by the verdict. We don't think Mr. Cosby's guilty of anything, and the fight is not over, he said. Well, there's more to this article, but yeah, we'll definitely see about that and whether it's over or not. All I can say is, hey man, even when I was in the world, I knew that's one stigma you don't want to have on you, is being known as some type of sexual monster. All right? But the damage is already done with this dude, okay? All guys know when you get in a situation where folks are labeling you as some type of sexual monster or predator or some sexual degenerate or freak, hey man, it's over. Whether you're found guilty or not, man, your whole reputation is over. All right? And just like Bill Cosby, Mr. Pudding Pop, all right, his reputation is over. All right? He had his whole life to get himself together, to come back to the truth. All right? Learn about his heritage. All right? Take a small L and call it a lifetime. But no, he wanted to live big, get more money, do more touring, and all this other stuff. All right? He chose the world over money. And so, hey, you know what? Let me get that, and we're going to close to them. All right. It says, woe to them. Yep. This is Luke 6:24. All right. It says, but woe unto you that are rich, for ye have received your consolation. So Mr. Pudding Pop got his consolation. He got the world and all the money. Okay. And for rejecting the truth, he most likely is about to get put in the slammer, and hopefully nobody will take his pudding pop. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say on this. And so with that being said, I want to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, double honors to the apostle elders, a great millstone who rule well, and salutations to all you brothers out there pushing this word in love, truth, sincerity, humility. With that, we're going to say shalom.